Alrighty. What is up, guys? Evan Aldo, welcome back. Always appreciate you guys. Let's get into the stream. What is up, Plan E? What's up, Bad Axe? What's up, man? Yeah, we'll look at a lot of stuff today. And BLZ, we got to take a look at that. Bitcoin ETH. So we started off the streams with Bitcoin Ethereum. First thing I want to mention to you guys, though, is we were doing for a very limited time, I think. We're going to do a 7-day free trial for the Aldo Empire VIP Discord. I've been thinking about, not sure if I wanted to give you guys a free trial, not sure if I wanted to do this because you get a lot of riffraff, you get people that aren't serious about it, and sometimes it's not fun for me and my mods to kind of deal with, but we're going to try it. We'll try a kind of a bear market type thing to help you guys out. If you want it, it's pinned comment and description down below. 7-day free trial. So get it while it's there. I do not know how long we'll be doing that for. Probably not a long time. But let's look at Bitcoin right now. Let's look at what's happening. Ultimately, it's a lot of a typical kind of, boring, I would say kind of more boring weekend type thing. You're getting into Friday here. And if we, let's go on a little bit of a cleaner chart to kind of start out here. I mean, weekly, trigger wave to the upside, that looks pretty good. But when we compare this to what happened back here, it gets a little, right here, it gets a little bothersome. You know what I mean? Trigger wave, basically that's that same one I would compare it to. I think we're about a month ahead. And my prediction is we may, I don't know, but we may hit by sometime, if we're a month ahead of this. So the bottom really was in December. I think we'll hit kind of a bottom in November here. So if we're like this, as soon as this kind of confirms, you're done, essentially. You're headed down. And you're headed down about 30%, which is nothing too bad. 30%, around 19, potentially. Low 20s, high teens, I think is likely. So be careful either way. However, when we zoom in here a little bit more, I mean, this is still somewhat of a, reverse head and shoulder type thing. I think this formation is not bad. Yeah, I don't have really a problem with this formation. It wouldn't surprise me if you do pump up a little bit more here. We'll see what happens. We do have our 200 weekly to mess around with, I believe, at 27.9 right now. So we do have that to mess around with, and we'll talk about more of how you could potentially trade this market in just a second here. When we get onto a more marked up chart, 18 on the bear and the 5 hour. I mean, these have been kind of going back and forth, indicative of what typically happens on coming onto Friday and into weekends, all of that, and kind of coming down here a little bit. When I look at my 30-minute, money flow is bearish, but you do have, I believe that's a bull div. Is that yeah, I believe that could be. Let's zoom in here a little bit with the DBSI on. It's a little hard to, oh wait, no, it might not be. No, it is a bull div, I believe, yeah. So it is a bull div, kind of potentially bouncing up, so. Do have a trade that will kind of work out for this. Got another trade for something else with ETH. I don't want to talk about too much about it. If you guys are interested, don't want to show too much, but check out the Discord. And if you guys know how to trade, if you're an experienced trader, if you know what you're doing, we are doing a trading competition with FAIRDESK down below. All the exchanges down below are ones that I personally use and have had benefited from. I spread all my eggs in different baskets in case we have an FTX, and you get a little bonuses for depositing and stuff like that too. I mean, don't open 10 different trading accounts. That's stupid. That's too many. But 3, 4 for somebody who's serious. Not a terrible idea. When do you typically start buying alts? So that's a question that I answer in my course. No, I'm just kidding. It is though. But buying alts is going to probably be from October to March is going to be the main area. When the no-brainer kind of simple thing, when Bitcoin gets like 55%, Bitcoin dominance gets about 55% now. When I look at lower time frames, a little bit neutral, man, a little bit neutral. I mean, we came down, now we're kind of bouncing up. I mean, anchor wave right here. It wouldn't surprise me if you do come up higher. I mean, we might be kind of choppy over the weekend. I know there's options expiry today. People get their paychecks. Maybe they'll be putting a little bit into Bitcoin. Sometimes they say that's why you could pump up. So yeah, but it's a little bit, it's a little bit hard to essentially read a little bit, man. That area. Right before the halving does make sense, McLovin. That does make sense. I mean, buying alts all at once usually doesn't make sense. Buying anything all at once, not DCAing in. usually does not make sense unless you're scalp trading. So yeah. And if we look at Bitcoin dominance, kind of the same old consolidation. I think that weekly is going to continue forward. We just got to wait till kind of, this market kind of pulls back more. I think if we even do pump up more Bitcoin dominance, will probably kind of continue to rise as well. And let's look at ETH a little bit. So ETH keeps generally bleeding against Bitcoin in this type of environment. We got a 15 bull on the 2-day. Your 3-day, your weekly, green dot now, anchor wave. So nothing's bad here. Nothing's terrible until you get to more just short term. Then it gets more bearish. That rejection kind of from that spiral line. And then you got the bear div confirmed on the 2-hour. That's an 18 bear on the 2-hour. That's pretty high bear. And then you got your 30-minute kind of coming down here. Kind of up in the air a little bit here. So in terms of the kind of short, there's a decent shot you'll come down a bit more. That's ultimately what I'm kind of looking at the moment. Just want to look at on the 10-minute. We did almost mess with that DBSI. This area could be significant, but we could bounce a little bit more here. Man, 30.1K and then dump to 23K. It's possible, man. Jump up to 29. 30K. It's not impossible from where we are right now. We got to break through where we are. With the weekly, it's definitely not impossible. When you look at kind of the weekly and you look at these, it wouldn't surprise me if you do jump up a bit more here. So yeah, we gotta maybe remove some of these. Oops, no, I didn't want to remove. I wanted to remove. Hold on. I want to remove this guy. And oh no, I already. Damn it! It's hard to see which. Is it this one we're trying to remove? Yeah. This one is that's just a big. Oh, I didn't even. What is this one? All right, let's just remove it then. There was the big, place essentially. Okay, 29, where these wicks kind of went off of its big place, but yeah, could always redraw it. If you look at Bitcoin, let's just look at the DBSI numbers a little bit. 19 bear in the 4-hour. It's a little up in the air. These time frames do look more bearish. 18 bear in the 5-hour is pretty high, but when you get down to some of these lower time frames, it's a little conflicting. I don't know. My guess is you could come up a little bit more here. My guess is you got a decent shot at 28, maybe. Could take a minute though. Could take a minute. It takes its time. It takes its time a little bit. And by the way, guys, in the Discord, let me just get that up. I'll show you. CBZ had a pretty good short on Cardano the other day. So there's a lot of good ones. Just wanted to show you up because we are doing the free trial. Link down below. Really good deal. So ultimately, let's see here. Yeah, this is the Crypto Bull Zone. He was doing this one. Cardano short. Did pretty well. Doubled it. So we'll see how that goes. Let's take a look at Cardano. So it's just not... We have a lot of stuff in the Discord. I just want to show you guys. So yeah. And let's look at Cardano here a little bit. And some of these... Yeah, this was a nice rejection. CBZ guy. Oh, he nailed this, man. He was paying attention. Shout out to CBZ. You're thinking if we don't go below 20K. I think you might be right, man. I don't know. We gotta take a look. We gotta look at it, man. You know what I mean? We gotta look at it. But I think there's a decent shot we won't. I think there's a decent shot we bounce off at 21 something, 22. But yeah, this was a beautiful short that CBZ had. I wasn't paying attention to Cardano, but should have set my alarm too. I forgot to set my alarm. Always set your alarm. And hit that point and just, oh man, beautiful. Look at that. This is just basic strategy at its finest right here. You know, what was that, midnight? Oh man, beautiful, beautiful short. Dump the Ponzi. No, I'm just kidding. Cardano's not a Ponzi, but if you look at Cardano, I mean, trend reversal, trend reversal, trend reversal. Maybe this one plays, this probably will play out like the last two, and you come down here, that blue triangle. So yeah. I mean, if you do look at larger time frames, things aren't as bad. Everybody's got that anchor wave on the weekly, but I do think in terms of an actual bottom, you kind of need the bull div on the 2 week potentially, but or the monthly is what we want to look for. The monthly is what we want to look for here. Let's look at a little bit of Zcash. Zcash, the reason why I want to look at this, you did have confirmed monthly bull div, and then you kind of didn't really do much. Maybe you'll do something here. Maybe you'll pump up here. I don't know. Maybe with the Chase Bank thing, with the more CBDC fear, that you'll come up farther potentially. I mean, I did have a long setup in the Discord on this, and I think you got a good shot of coming up some more. But if you don't, oof, you just fall down lower. So yeah. Around. Same thing with Algo. You're getting that green Heikin-Ashi on the 2 weeks. So, I mean, it's not impossible to be bottoming out for Algorand right here. And this is a bullish formation right there, generally. It's not impossible to break up to 11 cents or something. Oh, yeah, H-bar is another one, too, that's not as bullish of a formation as Algorand, but I'm not actually as bullish. I would be more bullish on Algo right now. I feel like this formation is more bearish. It's like a head and shoulders, and then, yeah, I don't know if I like this as much as Algo right now. Algo and Zcash are two that could get a nice bump here. Other than that, most of these cryptos, not really. You know what I mean? Most of these cryptos, not too much. No demasiado. I mean, that's kind of the jump there. That's kind of a, yeah, if you look at the 4 minute, this is a bullish formation on ETH right here. That's a bullish formation. What do you guys, 16 on the bull? Yeah, this could be a, you know, if you'd like to trade these little scalpies. I mean, for the, yeah, I mean, the way some of the kids do it, like a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, this might work here. Some people do it like that, yeah. Anyone been the farm on this? By the way, guys, if you want to trade, check out the link down below. FAIRDESK, MEXC, Prime XBT, and why am I forgetting what's the last exchange that I use? FAIRDESK, FAIRDESK, MEXC, and Prime XBT. Yeah, FAIRDESK, all of them are great. Those are the main good ones that you don't really need. The only one there you need to use a VPN for is Prime XBT. So, yeah, I included that because they're pretty good for the Forex and traditional market stuff. People were asking me about that. So check those out if you guys are interested. All those promos are unique to just my viewers, especially the MEXC promo. You could deposit $100, do a futures trade, and be eligible to get a $200 trading bonus. We always announce the winners in the Discord, so check that out. But short term here, I think you might be able to come up a little bit more. Nightshade, you want to come on the stream? I think I put the Zoom link in. Yeah, we looked at Cardano. But we'll look at it again. Yeah, CBZ, we were talking about this. Yeah, CBZ nailed this one. Shout out to CBZ for that. The link is in the Discord if you want to come. Just join whenever, bro. I'm going to stay on until like probably at least another half hour. But yeah, this is just beautiful textbook. I mean, the thing here, some people would get tripped up because you got bearish divs as you're coming up on like the 30 minute and all these. But, you know, the thing to look for is just wait till we hit the important level right here. And this was just a, you know, you zoom out, see prices. This was like when you really zoom out, just big levels. See, that's essentially where I drew this. So, yeah. Hit there perfectly. BLZ, what is BLZ? I don't know what this is, man. Yeah, I think somebody asked me about this before. I don't know. There's not enough data on it, man. I mean, it's hitting a big point of kind of resistance and seems to be rejecting from it. Kind of money flow coming down. I mean, I don't see anything that great. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, though. I don't know. Tough to say. XRP we want to look at. Yeah, XRP is one that definitely looks more bullish than some other things, I would say. I mean, this is a bullish formation right here. This is a bullish formation. And what we want to do here is, you know, reverse head and shoulder type thing. I mean, you probably could come up to 60 cents potentially out of this, maybe 58 to 60 cents, maybe. That could be a good kind of long, similar to Algo, similar to Zcash. But, you know, the bearish case, obviously, this is not that bad of a pattern, but the bearish case is like, you know, this coming down, breaking downward from this. But trigger wave right there, I mean, even a short-term kind of trade, if you guys wanted to, I mean, into a weekend, I don't know if I'd enter this, but enter here, take profits up here, stop loss below there, 1-to-1 risk reward ratio or something. Yeah. Let's see if we could break upward from ETH right there. Maybe not. Hmm. Anchor wave upward right there. Oh, okay, looks like we're getting nightshade on in a second. Let me open up. Yo. Can you hear me, buddy?
I can hear you on the stream.
I could hear you. Everybody could hear you now.
All right.
What's going on?
Hold up. All right, I just had to mute the stream real quick, so I'm getting that double feedback. But all right, everything seems to be good.
Yeah. Oh, what's up, Wolf and Bear? We got a 5-minute bear div off of the VWAP on Bitcoin right now.
Nice. This is my first time sitting down watching the charts. I've just been partying this morning. It's end of the month for the fiscal year for the military. So the government is doing, like, in the DoD in general, like, we all kind of just party at the end of the fiscal year. So that's today.
Oh, okay. And, so you guys, like, you wake and you just wake up and start drinking? That's kind of what happens?
I wish, but nah, it's kind of like the government pays all the units, right? So at the end of the fiscal year, the government debates on, like, the budget for the new year, which is like the whole government shutdown everyone's talking about potentially coming up.
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I haven't been following that, but yeah, maybe we'll talk about that after.
Yeah, what I heard is that there's a high likelihood. But basically, the last of the money that we get for the fiscal year, we have to use it before the new one. So everyone's kind of just partying, you know?
Oh, interesting. I didn't know how that worked. Interesting.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you about that as well, because when it comes to, like, the government shutdown, the markets are going to do something, you know? Something's going to happen. I don't know what, though. I don't know what, like, asset classes to look at for movement.
Yeah, it's been a minute since that's happened. I think the last time that happened was, what, like 2018 or something, the last government shutdown? I think 2017, 2018. I mean, I know when it was Trump was in office. I know that.
Right. That sounds about right.
We're talking to Nightshade. He's one of the moderators in the Discord. He doesn't have a channel. Somebody was asking who you were. Nightshade's been trading for a couple of years. Good guy. Yeah. Good guy. He's got his own. He does a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Yeah, very knowledgeable.
Yeah, I'm making a video right now. I don't know if it'll be out this weekend, but I'm gonna go over all the leaks from the super secret weapon that's coming out. I don't
Ooh.
actually have the code, but I'm gonna try to decipher as much as I can before it actually comes out. To
You're giving away some proprietary information there, man. You gotta be careful.
maybe. Hey, but he's the one who leaked it, so
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
my
yeah,
fault.
yeah. What was I? Oh yeah, about the government shutdown. So I don't know too much about like obviously it happens when usually typically when there's a president of one party and then the House is a different party, which is what we have right now. We have a Democratic president and a Republican House. So that's why I mean obviously the House probably doesn't want to spend as much and the president wants to spend more. I believe that's what's kind of would cause it, right?
Yeah, so uh, I'm not too knowledgeable on exactly why or how it could happen, but I know it has to do with a disagreement on the budget in Congress. So whoever holds the power in Congress, like you need a certain amount to pass the bill, and if they're just not willing to pass the budget bill, that's when you get the government shutdown.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
When would we see the government shutdown begin? It's normally towards the end of the year, right? Or early next year.
Nope. October 1st.
It's that early. Wow.
Yep, October 1st. So if the government shuts down, all government agencies they all shut down. Like everyone is not legally allowed to work. So the IRS,
And they don't get
the
paid either,
SEC,
too, right?
correct. Yeah. So that's why they can't come into work. They're not getting paid. So me as military, different. I have to work regardless.
You have to
But
work for free, I think, right?
yeah, we get back paid though. So, well, once they do sign the budget, I get paid for eventually. But
Okay,
yeah.
okay. You will get, yeah, yeah. And that's everybody, I think, right?
So I
Or, oh,
heard
wait,
it's
because if they're not working
slightly.
at all, they're not going to get money, right?
Yeah, so I heard there's like some weird exceptions to it where some people will still get paid even though they didn't work. But
Mm,
I don't know.
they'll just print money, yeah.
Yeah, they'll just print money,
That's,
whatever.
yeah, I mean, that's kind of
What
what.
I'm more curious about, and I know what you're probably more curious about, is how is this going to affect like what assets, right? If the IRS shuts down its doors for, a week, two
Sure.
weeks, who knows how long? What moves are we gonna be seeing? Like, who knows?
Let's look at the last time it happened. Because I believe it was it 2018 when the market came down? I want to see. When was the last time government shut down? So let's see. Okay, December 21st. Okay, so this was interesting, bro. It happened last time on December 21st of 2018. So that's a lot later than we're thinking it would happen this time. We're thinking it's going to happen in what, a couple days, right?
Right.
Interesting. So I guess it can. That's why I thought it would. Yeah, because I remember in 2018 it shut down later. Um, when it shut down, it looks like the SPY started to recover and Bitcoin started to recover. It kind of marked the bottom. You know what I mean?
Was it during that time, really?
It was, yeah, I believe that December 2018 was the bottom for Bitcoin. Let me look at the SPY too. So yeah, December 28. Oh, okay. So it dumped when the government first shut down, but then it recovered during, like when you first got news of it, you know what I mean? That's the wrong.
Yeah.
What did I do? I screwed up. I lost the thing I was looking at. But yeah, it was December. Let me just Google again. When was Okay, yeah, December 21st. So on December, okay, so yeah, essentially right when it shut down, the market was dumping. The market was dumping before it shut down and while it shut down, but during like when you first got news that it was shut down, right a few days after that started to recover, and then it recovered. It was shut down for a good month. It was from December 21st to January 25th.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah.
Obviously, I think I remember that time. It seemed like everybody. I mean, it kind of sucks because you don't get paid. I mean, you got to keep not you, but I mean the
Right.
people affected by it. You got to make sure you're a few paychecks ahead, and that's could be a problem.
Yeah, no, I've heard stories of people who weren't financially like living paycheck to paycheck, and they like lost their house or their car or something like that
Jeez.
because it missed like two, three paychecks and it was gone.
Yeah, I mean, usually the bank would work with you, especially if you tell them what's going on. I mean, I feel like those people were already kind of behind on their
Yeah,
payments.
they probably were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if you called up the bank and like told explained the situation, I mean, 99 out of 10 times, like you're gonna be all right. If it's probably somebody who has like a 500 credit score is already 6 payments behind, and oh, I'm a victim. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the bank's gonna see through it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see what'll happen. I mean, what do you? My guess is that the one with Trump, when Trump was trying to be all like badass with it, and then he kind of just gave in. I think that Biden will probably give in because Biden typically, I mean, I think it'll be shut down for maybe a few weeks, and then he'll probably give in or whatever. I don't know, but what do you think? What do you think will happen?
So we got little bets going on in the office. Some of the older folks. I got my money on like just a 4 day quick shutdown. I still think there's going to be a shutdown. I think it's going to be a quick one, less than a week. But some of the guys who are a little bit more experienced in government shutdowns, they're betting like a week or two potentially. So
I'm trying to think. The one with Trump was, yeah, that was a month with Trump. The one before that, I don't think it happened before that, and since Clinton was in office, I could be wrong though. But it was a while. The one before 2018 was a while back.
right. Well, it happens practically every year because it's an annual thing. But
Oh, okay.
usually what they do is called continuing resolution, where they don't really shut it all down. They just keep the same budget and pay that was going on before. And it's called continuing
Oh, okay.
resolution. Uh, so that's also a potential.
It seems like they
So
happen in the 2 years after the new president gets in. I think it happened in '94 with Clinton because the Republicans took over House and Senate in 1994, and then that's when Clinton like was giving them trouble or whatever. I think that's
right.
when it happened with. Let me Google that actually. History of U.S. government shutdowns. I believe the longest one. Okay, so it was 14 times that it's happened, and okay, it happened in 1980 and 1981. That was obviously Reagan. Oh yeah, the House was Democrats. Okay, so Reagan probably obviously wanted them to probably spend less money. That probably had to do with that. 82 is probably the same thing. Um, oh, it happened in 83. Okay, it was these ones in the early 80s were only like 1 day to 3 days, which is like that's not going to affect nobody really. Like,
Right. And back then the DoD wasn't involved either, so it was a lot less people getting hit by it too.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, most of the way. Okay, 1990 H.W. Bush. That was 3 days. 95 was 5 days with Clinton. 21 days in 95. Oh wow. Oh okay. It shut down twice in 1 year. Interesting. I didn't know that could happen.
do you think I don't know how that happened, but maybe they did like continuing resolution and then still couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. Yeah, Clinton and Republican congressional leaders ultimately reached a deal to fund the government for several weeks and allow negotiations to continue. And then, yeah, December 15th was for another 21 days. So, um, yeah, so that obviously, and then they came to some type of agreement. September, okay, so 2013 was Obama, obviously. That was Republican House control. And the fight was over the Obamacare, Affordable Care Act, pushed Republicans to, okay, yeah, they were trying to defund it, I guess. Obama didn't want that. And then they probably reached some type of deal. Um, and then 2018 was okay. Shut down on 2 days in January 2018 under Trump, and then 34 days. Oh man, I think so. I think it was the longest shutdown ever under Trump.
34 days.
Yeah, I feel like after you had the 34 days, I feel like this one's not going to be as bad. Like I feel like you'll probably.
What was the date on that? I'm gonna look at the Dixie for it. See what
Oh,
happened there.
the date that it started. So it started on the 21st. It looks like. And then it ended in January 25th, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. 25th.
January 1st, 2018. It's quite the while back.
Yeah, it was a minute. It was a minute. um, yeah, former President was signing a bill to reopen agencies for 3 weeks and did not include money for a border wall. It had to do with the border wall,
Of course. Of course.
which is pretty funny. It's just almost comical, like the stuff that it's about.
It's always about something dumb.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if it has an effect on the market. It probably
Did you?
does. It's like
Let's take a look at that. Let me take a look at the Dixie during December 21st of 2018. I believe it shot up. Yeah, it shot up. Or no. Yeah, no, it went down at first, then it shot up a bit. But what's weird about oh no, I'm looking at the fucking never mind. I'm looking at the wrong year. Hold on.
17 January. Okay, here we go.
Um,
January. I got it. All right.
it dumped at first, then it went up a bit into January. So Dixie was pretty sideways a lot of 2019. I don't think it really affected Dixie too much. It
When did you
definitely.
say it opened?
What's that?
When did you say it opened again?
January 25th, I think.
Wow. Okay, that was practically the bottom of this on the Dixie. So it dumped all of January, and then on the 25th, when it reopened, was practically the bottom.
Of the Dixie?
Yeah, on the January 2018.
Huh, okay, yeah.
I'm
Well,
looking
no,
at the 12 hour.
2019. It was December 2018.
Oh, December 2018.
Yeah, I know it's confusing, yeah. The S&P 500 was dumping and then continued to dump when they first shut down, but then it had like a V-shaped recovery.
Okay, so we might be able to expect some volatility then.
I think most likely when I look at the charts here, I think the S&P 5. Oh, we have a blood diamond on the 4 hour on the S&P 500.
Nice. I'm in some shorts.
On the SPY?
No, but usually Bitcoin kind of follows it.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Somebody's saying in the chat, AP5 it can have an effect on the market because during the shutdown, no economic datas are released. Yeah. I think if anything, it would most likely bring things down, and that would coincide with October being kind of a red month. I don't think Biden's going to give them like big balls like Trump did. You know what I mean?
Probably not.
Yeah, that would really show a lot of populism and division in the country if it is shut down for like 20 something days or 30 days. Um, it's Nightshade. He's one of my moderators in the Discord. He does one-on-one sessions with people too. How about you tell everybody like what are your strengths in trading, Nightshade? Like what kind of trading do you specialize in? Like what are your strengths?
Right. I'm more of So originally I was more of a scalp trader, and I still kind of am. I love the scalp. I love the micro.
Hmm.
However, like I've been noticing that it's very convenient just to like hold a trade. So any time frame I've noticed on Market Cipher really works. I've done it on the monthly, right? Bitcoin, there was a monthly hidden bullish divergence. I sold all my USDT, bought some Bitcoin, and that worked out well for like 6-7 months.
What month
On
did you do that?
so-
When did you wait till it confirmed?
No. I was as soon as it printed, pretty much.
Oh, you're talking about the hidden bullish div.
Yeah, the hidden bullish div.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Are you still in that trade?
No, I closed it last month, pretty much.
Wow, at the exact time. See, guys, this guy's longing and this guy's closing stuff at the exact highs. He's making bank right here.
Yeah, I mean it was spot, but yeah.
Still, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, man.
Yeah, I just like so the very large time frames. I like to swing because you got to know how to manage your money a little bit. Make
Sure.
sure your value is protected. The hourly charts, right? I look at those a lot because being in the military, it's hard to like sit in front of a screen and scalp all
Sure.
day. So just being able to hit 1 to 2 day long trades is pretty convenient.
Sure.
But I still love the micro. You know, just being live on the chart, watching it happen on like even the seconds charts sometimes exhilarating. So
Yeah, that 15-second chart you were showing me, man. I like that 15-second chart.
yeah, this is a perfect example because we just haven't had an explosive move. So when there's explosive trends, that 15-second desert and those cacti, man,
Yeah.
perfect.
Um,
Even just the VWAP coming up on those time frames
did
is
you
is
come up with
entry
the
signal
desert
enough.
analogy, or is that crypto face?
I honestly don't know if I came up with it or not, but hey, desert and cacti, I've been going with it. It makes sense.
So you're talking about in the 15-second, like around about like a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I
Uh,
see. So yeah, here's the desert, and then you go along with the cacti starting to pop up.
yeah, and then anytime the VWAP crosses up in an explosive move is usually a time to add to your trade or potentially even enter a scalp. And if you're lucky enough to get an actual cacti, like an actual momentum wave that comes under, that's usually even a better signal.
Okay, so I'm looking at these are cacti, right? What I just circled. Do you see my screen?
So the cacti would actually be in the desert. They would be at the like
Oh,
on the bottom.
oh, these over. So you're talking. These are cacti. This,
Yeah,
those are cacti.
pretty much, yeah. So you see right next to where you circled how there's nothing there, there's no momentum waves. That's what I would consider the desert.
This is the desert right here. Yeah.
Yeah, there's literally nothing there. So if you see little momentum waves tight to zero, or even just a VWAP coming up, that's where you like add to your trade or enter.
Oh, I see. Like right there, right there. Yeah.
Yep.
And then you could kind of do the same thing on the short here almost for not as good, but I mean, yeah.
And it's represented a lot better on like the minute time frames than it is on the second time frames. But the second time frames, like you circled that like area of red, those kind of
Uh,
like create your cacti on the minute time frames.
interesting, interesting.
Yeah, like right there is probably on the 5 minute is probably a little tight to zero trigger if we like marked it. I'd bet.
Hmm. Interesting. Huh. Okay, so we got.
So it works very well in explosive trends.
Yeah, I gotta look at that. You should in the Discord maybe post like just a simple photo of like circling the cacti in the desert so everybody knows if you don't mind.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like that.
can go through my archives. I know I've like signaled some sometimes, so I can
Yeah.
see how those worked. Or probably next time this happens, or maybe if we're lucky anytime soon to see that environment again, I'll videotape it or something.
Hmm. Yeah, it's cool, man. So what were we? Let's see. What do you like? Are you more on the macro, more bear? Like obviously on spot. What'd you do with that spot that you said you got out of that kind of spot trade, that spot long on Bitcoin? Did you put it back into Tether? What'd you do with that?
Yeah, I just threw it back into Tether. I also took some and I bought some altcoins with it.
Oh
I
God.
had Bitcoin and ETH, and I bought some Bencoin with it.
Oh God.
So
It's a
yeah.
good way to lose all those profits. Well, not Bencoin, but just altcoins in general right now, man. What was your like? Are you're bullish on altcoins or just Bencoin?
Mostly just Bencoin. I mean, I bought
Gotcha.
some Cartesi too. That went well. Bencoin went well with my first trade. Went very well. Went up like 100%. The second time I entered, though, not so much, as you know.
Yeah, I mean it's
When
just
Bitboy got arrested, that
yeah,
was.
that was kind of an issue. Kind of dumped
I'm
on
still holding
that.
that,
What's
but
that?
it's. I said I'm still holding it, but I'm not that much down.
What's the ticker on Cartesi? I haven't looked at that in a long.
CTSI.
Oh man, this has got to be a micro cap, right? This has got to be.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's pretty down there.
I think this could go to zero.
It could, but I got a really nice entry on it, so I'm not tripping.
It's a nice head and shoulders technical target at 5 cents potentially. Man.
Yeah. My entry is 1149. So
1149. Yeah, it's not bad. That's not bad. Man. I'm just thinking, like, is there any, like, we were looking at oil the other day. Is there anything you're like bullish on right now?
Yeah, we were looking at oil, and I remember we were in a call. Oh yeah, we were on the Discord when we were talking about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, the oil looked really good on the monthly. I remember us talking about that. Was it Exxon or was it just USO?
We were looking at Exxon, but they all look kind of good. I know Crypto Grizzly was telling me that what was it? Sonico shot up, I think. You,
Sonico.
you know Crypto Grizzly, right?
Yeah, I know Crypto Grizzly.
Yeah, yeah.
You is he right now in the stream?
No, but he normally is. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I see him around a lot.
Yeah. Some of those people just get famous just from having like funny names, like Crypto Yacht or Crypto Dicks. Like there's certain names that just stand out. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely bullish on oil right now. I know we're coming up like it's almost like buying the top of this resistance, but
Do you
the
have any
monthly trigger wave, man.
Do you own any oil? Have any longs in on any oil ETFs or anything?
Not yet, but after this trigger wave just confirmed,
On what ticker? What ticker?
I'm looking at USO right now.
You want to show us some stuff you're looking at on your charts?
Sure.
Let's
Yeah.
see. You should be able to share your screen. Let me know when to share
Oh yeah,
it.
we're on Zoom.
Yeah.
Da-da-da. Captions, notes, apps. I've just downloaded Zoom for this, so give me a moment. Ah, there we go. It's a giant green button. How could I miss it?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody's seeing your fib right now, or you don't have any fibs open, but they're seeing
Something.
your DBSI. They're seeing your D right now.
Yeah. So I'm on the monthly on the right side, and I'll just open this up only. And this trigger wave is pretty good. It's definitely playing out already. I don't even know what this is up. 20%,
Yeah.
30% already. So this pattern as well, this looks like some type of bull flag right here that we got going. So I'm not surprised if we break up from this. Maybe if we're lucky, we get a little bit of a range. That would take a long time on the monthly chart, but that would be a head and shoulders.
Ooh. Do you really think oil could get like that high? I mean, to like 300 or some shit?
Potentially, yeah.
Oh my
But
God.
I don't think casually. No, something's gonna have to happen. So we're gonna see signs of something happen before we get that high. Like this would be borderline like inflation or warfare type thing, I think.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, I mean that's worrisome.
Yeah, so I mean we'll see it ahead of time with something before oil gets that high. But definitely to like these ranges, somewhere in this area, that's another like 10-20%. Ooh, even more.
Oh my
To-
God.
Yeah, we're looking at the monthly here, so
Yeah, I mean, if you repeat, it would probably take months. The Fed would come in and start raising rates more too to kind of prevent that from happening as
yeah,
well. But that
that's what I mean.
17 bull on the DBSI, that ain't bad.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what I mean by like casually. If we get up this high, the government's going to start doing things to like lower the price because people are going to be complaining, uh, being very unhappy.
yeah, that's it. The thing too with I look at government bonds and stuff. The 30-year just keeps jumping in terms of interest rates. Um, yeah. I mean, do you think this is like if you were to go long in this right now, where would you like set a stop? Where would you be looking to take profits?
Right now, like
Well, if you
yeah,
want, oh, the first question is like, would you go long in this right now, or would you try to wait for a better entry? That's the first question.
I would wait for a better entry because
Okay,
of this weekly bearish divergence on the VWAP.
sure,
But that probably won't play out too hard.
sure,
Maybe down to this area.
yeah,
So 6%. There's even a market cipher support and resistance point there. So probably this would be where I'm looking for,
yeah, little one,
and which is actually practically the lows of these candles as well.
it's a big area, yeah.
So look
It's
for that.
I was gonna say it's interesting because you would think gas prices would be through the roof, but they've actually been pretty stable. They haven't gone up too much yet.
Yeah, so we have a same and separate wave bearish divergence here on the daily, but the money flow is kind of crazy.
Hmm. I think that daily looks like, yeah, that would deter me from going long at the moment. I'd probably definitely look for a better
Yeah,
entry.
that's 12-hour bearish divergence right there. And the money flow divergence as well. So I'm definitely looking for it to come down probably
Hmm.
to this area. That's the same area, right? 6%? Yeah. 6 to 10%.
Yeah. Yeah, potentially to come down a little bit, yeah. And that's nothing normally goes straight up and straight up forever. And I think that,
Yeah,
if we
look
do
for one of
see,
these.
would government shutdown bring this down? Probably. It'd probably bring everything down a little bit. Um,
Oh, look at that. This oil desert. You got the little cacti?
ooh.
Long, long,
Now,
all good
what
entry.
time frame could you go up to with the desert strategy, right? Does that work
Any
anywhere?
time frame.
So
Yeah.
monthly, but you wouldn't see that in the monthly too often, but
No, you wouldn't.
probably the highest you would see that commonly is
But
like the 4 hour, right?
for example, this is the monthly, right? You got
Yeah.
the desert right here. You didn't get any big cacti, but you got these waves crossing zero, right?
Ooh.
Wave crossing zero,
So essentially just go short on the
wave
red
crossing
dots. Yeah.
zero. Yeah. So when you're in that desert, even the VWAP crossovers are big. So
Mm.
any time frame, man.
Interesting. 15-second all the way up to the monthly.
So right now on the daily, we're looking at a bearish desert. So if you entered on that cacti, oof.
Yeah. So maybe wait till the next cacti.
Yeah, maybe.
Next
Like,
cactus, I should say.
yeah, it's looking like it's cooling down because it's not gonna last forever, right? The desert doesn't last forever. And some of your indications are like when you do get those and nothing happens or it instantly rejects, that's kind of a sign, especially with divergence, that it's kind of cooling off. But this was a pretty good, just standard market cipher play on the daily here. Momentum coming up, money flow coming up, RSI is nice and strong. A lot of
Mm.
people like see the RSI up here and they think it's bearish, be kind of like this. But honestly, when it's up here, I think it's bullish. I think that's a bullish signal. Because
Okay.
0 to 100, it's the RSI, relative strength
Yeah,
index.
I mean, I would say
So,
short term it's bearish. Short term it's a bit more bearish than curving down, but
right.
you would be looking for the next cactus. And I mean, you have to look at just more than one time frame to really get a feel for it. Like you can't be, I mean, you can't really be a profitable trader just looking at one time frame. That's very hard, I would
Yeah.
say.
No, I agree with that. Definitely.
Hmm.
Hey,
Is there anything else in particular you've been looking at lately?
so here's my watch list on the side here. And this is what I watch a lot. I've been looking at XMR recently
Okay.
because, oh, and Crow has disappointed me a lot. Like, I got some good wicks off of it, but this on the very high time frames, like this is really good curvature. Like I love this curvature on the money flow, momentum, RSI, but it's
Yeah.
just not moving. It's not moving at all. This percent that it's moved has been 1 to 3% for the past few months. So
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of things that would tell you it's going to go up, but it's just like
it's just not,
it just doesn't have the legs, man. It just doesn't have the
yeah, the umph, it just doesn't have it. So that's
yeah.
unfortunate.
The thing too
Uh,
is there's a few others that look like that. I don't know if you've looked at like Algo or Zcash.
I have been, but I've been just glazing through them. Let's look at Algo.
Algo's an interesting one. Fundamentals aren't bad for Algo.
See, that's beautiful right there. That curvature and then pop. And now it
Yeah. Do you always
goes.
keep on the market cipher SR lines?
Yeah, so
Aldo.
did I type
You
Aldo?
typed Aldo, yeah. It's fine.
Yeah. So I'm experimenting right now with Market Cipher SR. So the way CryptoFace describes it is like it should be like 1/15th of your time frame you're looking at or something. So I set up a bunch of them to have a different resolution on different time frames just to see how it works. So I have it set up so like when you're on the daily, there's daily points. When you're on the
Oh,
hourlies,
you were
there's
able to
hourly
automate
points.
that, or do you have to manually change it?
So I just have a couple of them here. Like I have three set up, four set up. One for the micro, minutes, hourlies, dailies, and I
Oh, okay. I think so. They
yeah,
automatically go on and off based on what.
exactly. And
Oh,
then you just
that's.
change the resolution. Because what you can do here is you go to visibility and you can change what time frames you can see them on.
Oh, okay. So one is what you have one for the weekly to the 52 week. You have one from the daily to the what?
So I can check. So on the daily, this is
Yeah,
mine open. I have it the daily to the
4 hour.
year on the days,
Oh,
and that 4 hour to the 24 hour. So basically, this one will show on all daily time frames because the way TradingView works is that 7 days is not the same as weeks, right?
okay. Sure.
Like you can actually go to your time frame and type in 7 days, and this chart is going to be different than 1 week. 7 days and 1 week are not the same chart.
Mm.
I don't. I think that has to do with like some weeks in the year are actually not 7 days long or something like that. But you can see from here, 16 DBSI, 7 days. Okay, they're practically the same, but I have seen different indications before. And sometimes the
Mm.
candlesticks, you can see the wicks are different.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. It's a pretty good
So
setup, man. Yeah. Not a bad idea. I mean, I draw mine manually and do like volume stuff, but maybe I should try messing with those a little bit more.
yeah, I do mine manually usually. I'm just testing this out,
So
and so
you're
far
you
it's
in
pretty
other
nice.
words, you basically have it set where everything is on a resolution of 15, right? 1/15th,
Yeah, practically. Um,
like what CryptoFace said to do essentially.
yeah,
You just figured out how to like set it up, which none of us have really done yet.
pretty much. Yeah, it's experimental, and so far it works pretty well. Like you can see here, I'm on the 2 hour, and you get all this resistance right here, and that pretty much, if you were to draw a line there, it'd be the same thing. So it
Mm,
just automatically puts it there for me, kind of. You'll
yeah.
see again, like resistance here. You could have just drew a line right there. It'd be the same thing, but it's just automatically putting it there for me.
That's a bit of a revert. Do you think we could break bullish out of that reverse head and shoulder type formation?
Right here.
Yeah, 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 yes, yes. Yeah.
Whew. Yes, I think that's possible. And I think that because what I also like to do is like trigger waves with money flow. This is clearly coming up with money.
Yeah.
RSIs are
Yep.
strong right now.
Yeah, they're not bad. Not bad at all. It's
Dang.
interesting, yeah.
Oh, and someone asked in the chat where I would put the video about the
Oh
secret
yeah.
weapon. I'd upload it, but I'd probably throw it on your Discord as well.
Yeah, I was gonna
Just
say to do that. Yeah, Plan E. Yeah. Just put it in the general chat, Nightshade. Just put it in the.
yeah, you'll see it there. It'll be on the Discord.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. Yeah. Crypto Face is gonna see it and he's like, man, you're giving away all my secrets.
It's kind of like an ugly Head and Shoulders, but I guess it worked. It's
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could look at yeah. I mean, that's just ping pong there, support resistance.
yeah, pretty
Um,
much.
what are you
Are you
looking
looking
at?
at anything?
Go ahead.
Are you looking at anything?
I was looking at Algo. That's why I had you bring it up. I was looking at oil. I was looking at Zcash, which looked pretty similar to Algo. I was looking at XRP, which looks pretty similar to Algo as well, with the same kind of reverse head and shoulder formation. And I was trying to differentiate, or not differentiate, kind of like look at Bitcoin and see like where we could potentially end up in the short term. A little tough to say on Bitcoin and ETH right now, but I think if we do dump, I think algo may be one of those outliers that's able to keep coming up.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Looking at the algo chart, it looks strong. Now, Bitcoin right now, it looks like it's topish. And
Yeah, yeah.
you can kind of just tell like the momentum right here is just kind of falling as well as
Yep.
getting deeper at the same time. It's yeah, it's pretty bearish. And I was looking at the micro. I think it was like the 2 minute. We're at VWAP right now. And as we're at VWAP, we're getting that bearish divergence. So it's using it as resistance. So as long as that trend kind of continues, I'd say it's starting to look topish for now. But this cacti in the desert might pull through. Who knows?
That's the trigger wave. Yeah, the trigger wave.
Yeah.
Is that a desert? That's a small desert.
That's
I mean, it's
small desert. Yeah.
yeah, it's a small D right there.
It doesn't look bad though.
Yeah.
I know CryptoFace doesn't really like the 90-minute or the 45-minute. He says they get him in trouble sometimes, but I still look at him.
Yeah, no, I do too, bro. I mean, I think it depends. It definitely depends. I mean, when you look at that 30 minute though, at 30 minutes a little bit more, it's a little conflicting right now. It's like it's tough to say, like,
Yeah.
and that's typical of what happens on Fridays where it just bounces around. So yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're coming into the weekend. I don't know. This kind of just looks bearish right here. It's not really diverging, but it's still converging, right?
Yeah.
Converging down
I
off of
suppose-
VWAP.
So October 1st is when the government could shut down. That's going to be on Sunday. It'll probably be Monday by the time it actually shuts down or whatever, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Basically, if it shuts down on Sunday, no one comes to work on Monday.
Interesting. Interesting. Huh. Um,
So yeah, I'm in this short with CBZ on ADA. This
yeah, that
ADA
was a
short.
beautiful short, man. I wasn't looking at ADA last night, but that was CBZ called that out in the Discord.
Yeah, I entered around here,
Yeah.
so came up a little bit, and that's for the people in the chat. Like, don't be afraid to hold red because you're practically never gonna get the top or the bottom. You're always gonna have to hold a little bit of red, but that's fine as long as the indicators in your favor. You're gonna win eventually. So that's where the patience comes in.
Yeah, I mean, I knew somebody who went long on like Bitcoin Cash at the exact top in April of 2021. He's still holding, so he might be okay. I'm kidding.
Maybe. Let's see the.
He went on right.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah, like that top.
Oh.
Yeah, that top. Yeah.
Oh God. Never mind. Never mind. I was like, you said Bitcoin Cash. I was like, hey, it's been doing well recently. Oh,
I mean,
Yeah.
look at the Bitcoin Cash on short term. Do you think it can keep pumping? I mean, it doesn't look too bad.
yeah. I longed it not too long ago.
Really?
It was
Okay.
this red cross you see. That was my entry a while ago.
It's all because of the ETF thing. That's what it's because of.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I saw this right here, and I was just like, we were at the end of it, but I was like, yeah, it's probably gonna be a desert. So I just went long right here, and it popped. This is on the 3-hour chart, so that's quite a pop here. 10. I'm
Yeah.
out of it now. I'm not holding it anymore. But I got out like at this top, 6%.
Yeah, that ETF. Everybody's really excited for that ETF thing. That's the thing. That's like a kind of another reverse head and shoulder kind of formation there. You're making higher lows too.
Yeah, we're making higher lows. Where's the head and shoulder?
It's a weird one. I mean, I guess the thing in the middle, the low in the middle is the kind of the head. I guess. Yeah, that's why I don't know if that's
Slanted, but
yeah,
I
that's a
guess.
slant. I don't know. It's an ascending wedge too, which is kind of bearish. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if I would.
Well, if there's any time to scalp long, it might be soon.
With the VO, like, do you wait till the VO up confirms, the green dot confirms, and you
No.
take those? You don't. Okay.
Nope.
Even on
I
the
mean-
15-second.
Yeah, no. When you're in an explosive trend, as soon as you see it start curving up, I'm in.
Oh, okay. So you would be entering now, essentially.
Yeah. So if you consider this an explosive trend, which I do, I'd say now would be the time to enter a scalp.
And would you put the stop loss below that purple SR point?
How far is that? 3%.
Mm,
I'd probably with a scalp.
yeah,
I'd probably expect it to explode more if it came down that low now.
yeah, I'd probably put
Oh,
it below the wicks. Yeah,
look at that right here.
that's a
Beautiful.
desert. Yeah.
That's a desert. And every little cacti, I'll circle them. Circle every entry you got. Even at the top, you still made profit. So
Mm,
now we're starting to see. I saw CryptoFace do this on his live stream not too long ago, uh, where he saw the momentum kind of come and touch this line on like I think it was like the 15-second chart actually, and he was talking like, oh, the momentum hasn't come this low in like all day. So if I measured this, it's been like 3 days. So the momentum hasn't come this low in 4 days. So that's kind of a signal of like it's getting topish. So if you got out of your long around here when you saw that momentum come too low, you would have got out at the top pretty much.
yeah, yeah, that's where the desert ended because there's no more cacti. Those aren't cacti. Those are
Yeah, those anchors starting to
yeah,
anchor.
those are. I'm trying to find some in a desert analogy. Those are water holes. Yeah, we're getting some rain there. Those are
Yeah, it's Oasis,
yeah, we're getting
Oasi.
some
I
oasi
don't know.
oasis. I think.
Is there a plural for Oasis?
I think it's oases. I think. I don't think there's any oasi. I don't.
Yeah.
What's it? Is it? What is the definition of an oasis? Is it actual water or
Let's find out. Define Oasis.
Evan oasis? Aldo.
A fertile or green area in a desert wasteland made by the presence of water.
Does that actually exist? Like, how the fuck is that even possible?
Yeah, they exist.
Okay.
Usually it's like spouts, underwater
Um,
spouts.
Plan E's saying in the
Saw.
chat, Ethereum is surprising him. I don't see how a futures ETF is that bullish. Not to mention Ethereum has been has been slightly inflationary as of late due to lack of activity. Um, Somebody in the chat says it's oases.
Oases.
Yeah. Man, are you still like when you look at ETH versus Bitcoin, do you think that could drop a lot more?
ETH, BTC. I barely look at this, but you seem to have this thing figured out, especially Bitcoin dominance. Like you're the only person I see that really like looks at that and understands it.
Yeah. I look at weird crap, man.
Hey, but it works. Like you've been
Yeah.
right so far for the past few months.
Yeah.
So ETH, I'm on ETH BTC. Is this right?
Yeah, that's the one I look at. Yeah, I mean, it's on medium to low time frames. It's gonna be a little like choppy, weird, like nothing really happens. But on the 2 week and the weekly, it looks very bearish. I would say.
The macro.
Like if you
All
look
right.
at where money flow was when it bottomed out last time, you're just like, oh shit, like it's not.
Oh, oh, and that was beautiful. Look at that. Whew.
Yeah, reverse head and shoulder. Yeah, yeah. Um, and
But
then
now that's
and
pretty ugly.
all those EMAs are gray now too, and you got a 17 on the bear and the DBSI,
Yeah, I see that.
and it's inflationary.
And the desert's over. It's
The
over.
desert is done. Yeah, the desert. There wasn't much of a. There was no cacti in that desert.
Nope, just VWAP.
Yeah,
That means it was a good trend while it lasted.
yeah,
You got
so
lucky on this one. You didn't come down more.
yeah.
Got
That
lucky.
I mean, do you think it could go down back to like I don't know, 0.04 there or whatever?
0.04. Oh, that's actually a good level.
Yeah, that's what I've been looking at. Yeah,
That's a pretty good level. Yeah, no, that looks definitely feasible. Like even if you just look at like this right here.
yeah. That's
Ouch.
not. I hope that doesn't happen. God.
But with on my chart, my ETH chart, I got a monthly blood diamond confirmed right here.
Yeah, yeah. It is. That's on the most ETH charts on regular candles. We did get the monthly blood diamond confirmed.
Yeah, this is on Heiken on mine, and yeah, it's that compared to what we were just looking at, ETH, Bitcoin. You're looking at Coinbase.
Yeah, I mean they're all
Yeah.
similar. I mean it doesn't look bullish anywhere by any means, in my opinion. And I think that 0.04 is huge. Like I think that's where like I would be converting a lot of Bitcoin into ETH.
Yeah. Everything here looks down. Like the RSI, the way I like to gauge it is like a line. If you can draw a line, a trend over multiple
Yeah,
candles, and that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing a straight line down. That also with momentum coming down, lower lows, and money flow curving into the red and
yeah,
making lower lows. That's all the oscillators at the same time coming down. That's not looking good at all.
yeah.
So
Does that
yikes.
make you second guess Cortezi a little bit? That long on Cortezi?
No, no,
No,
it doesn't.
no.
Because I'm already up 10%,
It's good, man.
and uh,
Oh, okay.
why? Like this doesn't look bad. This looks all right.
I don't know, man. I think it's just gonna fall through. I could be. I have no idea. I don't know, but I mean, I don't like that formation in terms of price. That looks bearish to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
And when you go on the monthly there, you might see like a red dot or whatever. Okay, you don't, but maybe on the 3 week or
Oh,
the
you know what we can do? We can hack a little here. We can hack a little.
ooh,
We can figure this out.
can you?
Let's
You could get
do.
more data, you mean, or
Oh yeah, we can get a little bit more data here. So normal market cipher uses EMA 9. So
okay,
we can drop that. We can drop that EMA. Let's do like 4,
okay.
something like that. Uh,
And what would that do? That would make us more.
Give us some data on the high time frame here.
Oh, okay.
So we got, yeah. Now let's turn down the EMA some more. Let's do like 2.
Mm.
Uh,
Hey, you're gonna save it, and then it's gonna be tough to get it back, right? Or you have to manually go in to put it back.
nah. Okay. So so it's going to be a lot more volatile when I drop the EMA, but
Sure.
uh, blood diamond with a trigger wave. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing like this right here, this like bullish div at a very critical point on the VWAP. Money flow increasing, momentum decreasing. Yeah, actually, it's not looking too good, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, man. We're looking. This looks like MapQuest 1999.
Yeah, this data's different
Yeah,
because
the
I'm
way this is
physically
like
changing
appear.
the
This is
EMA.
like hard. This is like what the fuck? This is like claymation here, like comic
Yeah,
book, like.
you
Have you
really
ever
gotta
seen
like
this?
finesse it.
Have you ever seen the SpongeBob episode with the pizza?
Where he delivers it?
Yeah, yeah, where they try to deliver it.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of like the animation of that. I don't know why. That's a classic, the one with the pizza.
Oh, that's so classic.
Yeah. Nice trigger wave right there on Cortezi though. Short
Yeah.
term, you may get some a little bit more.
Maybe I can get a harpoon up, liquidate some shorts, get this
Yeah,
level.
yeah, you get some wave.
This is my entry right down here, so
Yeah, not bad, not
somewhere.
bad.
Yeah.
Last thing I gotta get going in a second, but the last thing I wanted to kind of ask you about is what was it? Man, well, I was gonna say Bitcoin dominance, bro. Like, what do you think that could end up at?
Dominance. What is that?
It's
Dot D?
big D, yeah, capital D. Um,
Dang, that looks bullish. Okay. I didn't even look at Cypher B yet. I just looked like the candles. That
it's
looks
been
great.
bullish, yeah. It's been bullish.
I remember when you were talking about it when it was back in the 40s. Still is, but back in the
Yeah,
low
yeah. I
40s.
was the biggest I was like the crypto of Bitcoin dominance back then.
Yeah, yeah, that was a good call.
Yeah, nice double bottom, money flow coming up.
You
It's
know,
what happened last time too. Um,
desert.
We just had a cacti. That could you consider that a cacti? That green dot, almost, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would have as soon as that VWAP curving up, so somewhere either around here, if you're unlucky, or here.
Yeah, yeah, that weekly.
It's kind of weak though, coming down already.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about it. And then the 4 days not that great. Um,
Not too bad though. Still looking overall. Doesn't look like some of the bearish charts we've been looking at.
mm, I think as soon as if Bitcoin goes down to low 20s, and I think, do you think it will go down to the low 20s again?
Bitcoin?
Yeah,
Yes.
I do too. Yeah.
I do too. With this monthly trigger wave, yes, I think so.
Yeah, I think
Because
we're on some thin ice with that. You know what I mean?
uh how many months do you think this will take to play out? Like 6 candles or something? 6 months?
Um,
7?
I mean, if it goes into like pre-halvening, yes. But if you look at what happened kind of last time in 2019, it could play out within, into November. You could see the low 20s, and then that could be it. If it follows the S&P 500, I could see us going into sometime quarter 1 next year downward. I mean, if you just keep going straight down, I mean, I guess you could make a double bottom or something, but I think you're going to see a lot of blood in October. Yeah, October and November is my kind of guess here.
Yeah, so
November, I would be looking for at least some type of significant bottom, though. Especially if Bitcoin dominance comes up into there, especially if we're at like at least 55% Bitcoin dominance, then yeah. That weekly,
yeah,
go back to that weekly for a second. That weekly trigger wave, what do you think of that?
I think it's a fluke.
I do too.
And
Yeah.
yeah, the reason I think this, like, if you were a bull, to me, this looks like that desert you want to see. You got like the VWAP coming over and you pump, and now you're like, oh, it's a cacti, it's a trigger wave, we're going up. But you zoom in on it, and it's, yeah, that doesn't look too good, right there. So, and we're already kind of like getting doji candles. I think it might be a fluke.
Yeah, the thing too is if you go back to the weekly and zoom in on October of 2019, we had the same thing and it was a fluke. It confirmed, but then we just dumped down.
So
October, oh,
April,
you're
July.
to your right, but
Oh, 2019. Yeah, yeah.
you see that same one right there,
Oh,
right
bro,
there, and
that's
it was
almost picture
October.
perfect. What? That looks exactly the same.
A lot of crap looks exactly the same, bro. It's the 4-year cycle, man.
Wow. And then you got like a momentum head and shoulders before it popped off. That's
Like
crazy.
this would be like, do you think in terms of like a spot position, this is probably a good place to kind of get out? Well, I mean, for
I
the next,
did, so yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree. Man, that's not a good sign.
I
It did
would
kind of wick though.
go ahead.
I said it did kind of wick though.
Yeah, but the high was on the week before though.
True.
Yeah, so
And
it was yeah.
look at that wick up
That
and
was
down.
volatile. I don't know what the hell happened there. That was a lot of volatility.
Someone got hit, that's for sure.
Someone did what?
Someone got hit, that's for sure.
Someone got liquidated. Although
Man,
there
I
wasn't
wish
as
I wish I
yeah.
was in crypto back you. Like this head and shoulders kind of with a bullish div. That was the perfect time to be in crypto.
Yeah, if he could have survived, like I remember looking at it at the exact bottom in COVID, and I was just like, "Oh God, what the fuck do I do?" I was just staring at my like screens. I was just like,
Bro, I got into crypto here. This is when I found out about crypto. Damn.
I got in. I'll show you. You should go back to 2014. Go back to does that chart go? I don't think it goes back all the way. No,
I
it
got this
might.
one.
Yeah,
This one.
go back to. I'll show you where I got it. Where I first found out about a crypto. It was you see the wick down in 2015 there, or at the end, very end of 2014 or early 2015. That's when I found out about Bitcoin right there, at like the exact bottom right there.
Wow.
And I was looking at like old transactions. It was like you sent 4 Bitcoin to so and so. You sent 5 Bitcoin to so. You know what I mean? When I was 18 years
Yeah.
old.
Dang.
I remember I was
So
asking
this is
people.
like back in the what was it, Silk Road days?
He might have been arrested before that. I think he was arrested during the bull run before that. I could be wrong though. I think it was. I think part of his arrest was why it dumped a bit. But that kind of yeah, that trigger wave, man. That monthly bear div killed you though, or weekly bear div, excuse me.
Deserts work on every time frame, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they do, bro. And then you just wait for yeah. Um, that's interesting right there. But yeah, I remember just messing around. I didn't know much about it back then. I didn't really understand it. It was different back then, man. It was Coinbase was around, but it wasn't like it was today.
Right.
It was a very different game. No one understood it back then. It wasn't like there wasn't as much resources to even figure out like what the hell Bitcoin was. You know what I mean? You had to
Yeah, that makes
really,
sense.
yeah, like even on Reddit and stuff, no one explained it well. Like nobody really, like there were some people saying it could go up to, 10, 20K, shit like that, but like no one, like there wasn't enough like logical reasoning. No one explained it well. It was kind of like when you hear people talk about like NFTs or shit tokens today, like no one explains them well enough.
Right. We got some guys in our group that are NFT pros though, so I mean, if you're in the chat, go ask the Discord. There's some guys in there that really know what they're talking about. I can't even speak on NFTs as much as these guys can.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're a bit more in the Via Aldo Empire Discord. Yeah, there's a few people. They're a bit more bearish, like I am, on NFTs right now. But for blue,
Understandably.
yeah. I mean, we got Blessed in there. He's a little bit less active lately. I'll probably have him, help us with some stuff as we kind of get into more of bullish on NFTs. And I think the same thing for that is going to be the same, kind of reasoning as in kind of like buying altcoins. Like I think Bitcoin dominance needs to go up a little bit more, and I think the blue chip NFTs will at least do something in the next bull run. But yeah,
I'm just trying to see like we're in the red again. Like it's that point of the cycle.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of the no-brainer places when you get back into the green the next time, which is going to
Yeah.
be. Just look at where did we go in the not that one, the one after, bro. The one oh, it was before you had to deal with the COVID dump though. That was a problem with that
Yeah.
one.
It's a
Uh,
little hump, man.
oh, it's going the 2 week. Going the 2 week for a second. It's the 2 week money flow crossover is really the like
Oh, that's the
that's
indicator.
like the kind of no brainer. But you got to get in quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's the 2 week. You get one candle. You get one candle to do it.
And this time may be different. I mean, this time may not be like it was the last two. I mean, there's always some type of curveball, but I mean, also those high anchor waves in the 2 week always kind of mark tops. Above that, yeah, all those above that dotted line up there, those anchor waves are always
Yeah.
tops, yeah. And they get lower every time, which kind of marks diminished returns and marks less volatility.
Yeah. Those bearish divs, man.
Yeah.
That's. Oh, I remember. I think the last time I was on your stream, we talked about. I think it was the SPX on
Yeah.
like some weird time frame, like the 6 month or something like
Was it?
that. I want to
Oh,
see
the
how
12 month I was looking at. That looks like garbage, the 12 month. But the 6 month is bad too. Oh, that's a
that.
desert. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
just
long
along
have
every
been?
green dot. I mean, it's kind of, oh wow, this is so crazy. This thing goes back to the 1800s. Just imagine buying the freaking S&P 500 in the 1800s. Oh my God.
See, all you need, guys, is a cacti in the 1800s, and you're good. You
1800s is
just need
not a
market
desert
cipher
though.
back
Yeah,
then.
that was what I just want to look at. Let's look at the actual green dots below the zero line there. Like, did that mark the bottom in '08? That was a Great Depression. And even that one wasn't even the best play. I mean, it jumped up from that one, but I mean, that whole area, that was World War II, that dump down.
Yeah. Yeah, the 40s, World War II, and then after World War II is just straight. Oh, we got a little trigger wave right here.
That's what I was going to ask you, like yeah, that's 1974, 1976. So that was Carter actually. If when you zoom out, everything looks so bullish. You would think like economically it was garbage during Carter, but it looks
Yeah,
good here. Um,
looks
what was
so
'08?
good.
What happened in Really, that decade was awful. From '01 to 2011 was just garbage. I mean,
right here.
but
These red
that
candles.
cacti though, that VWAP coming up after '08. Oh my God.
We're getting that right here, maybe.
Yeah, it's gonna take 12 months. We'll find out.
Yeah. We'll find out.
Bro, look at the yearly on look at the yearly there. It's bad. It's terrible. The 12 month,
Do they
not the
have
year. I
a?
mean the 12 month. I mean the 12 month. Yeah. Um,
Oh
15
my.
bear. Yeah, you know what I mean. The last time that happened was the Great Depression, where you actually had a real bear div, I believe. It's like how Garrett
Okay.
Soloway said we're going back to the 2001 high.
Back to the 2001 high. Oh,
2001 and
okay.
2007 highs, I think.
Gareth
He
Soloway
said
right
that.
here.
He's like, it's scene of the crime. This price likes to retest these areas. It's a 70% drop. It's insane.
That is, yikes.
Well, that 60% is actually what the Great Recession was. It was about 58 or 60%, so it's not
Yeah.
impossible.
VWAP divergence too here. So,
That
and
just
money
looks like,
flow.
yeah,
Money flow, VWAP, momentum,
everything. Yeah, everything's, yeah.
RSI, yikes. I'd say the RSI is the only thing like sort of keeping it up because it's not low like it back was here in the Great Depression. It's pretty high up still.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That does not look happy at all.
I mean, just, do you DCA into the SPY for long term and stuff, or?
Yeah, I do. Not
Yeah,
very much, but I do.
gotcha, gotcha. Yeah,
I
some,
manage most of my money, but I have like a 401k, so
yeah, yeah. But you think it'll probably trend up with time. Like you think if we, you don't think we're gonna go into
yeah.
like down 90% and over and
Yeah, no, nothing like that.
yeah, because you got enough companies where like Tesla and enough big names in there where
Exactly, and it's not all just based on the SPY. It's based on like I move between usually those companies that give you 401ks, they give you like pots to put your money in, you know? Like
yeah,
this one will protect you against inflation, this one will high risk, low risk, medium risk.
sure,
So I move that around sometimes when I see something. So when I saw this blood diamond on the 2 day and I think on the daily as well, we
yeah.
saw the blood diamond. I turned my I changed the pots to protect against inflation and not be in. So we'll
So
see.
you change them to protect against inflation. So that means commodities you're more in,
Yeah, no. So
or
I think I forgot. I'm using like the military one, so it's like a specific fund where it
interesting. Okay,
just like a stable fund basically.
huh?
So yeah, this was my indicator right there on the daily, 2 day, 3 day. Damn, I didn't even see that on the
It
3 day
looks
too.
like garbage. Yeah, I mean most of the 19 bear over there on one of those.
Yep, your desert's over. It's over.
Yeah, your desert is. Yeah, that marked it, that one. Especially on the daily there. Was that the all-time high there? Yeah, around 40. Yeah.
This was.
Oh, no, no. Yeah, okay. You're on the. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was zoomed in a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're going to be done for a while. I mean, I think we're generally. I mean, do you think. I think SPY and NASDAQ are going to be generally bearish for the next few years, but I think you'll recover kind of into the election. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Depends on who gets elected too. So
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
back here they called him Professor Orange, you know. Or, oh no, it wasn't back
No,
here. It was
way
back
back.
here.
Yeah, way.
Way back here.
I mean, do you think, what do you think for the election? You think Trump could win?
Could you? Yeah.
I think he can. I think he will, probably.
I think there's a good likelihood. Like I watched the debates, the Republican debate. I didn't watch the whole thing, but they didn't really mention they mentioned Trump, but they didn't address why he wasn't there. So it kind of just felt like they were running for vice president. So, you know, I
Yeah.
wasn't impressed.
Yeah, that was ultimately that. Anyway, man, I gotta get off. I gotta take a phone call. So,
All
but
right,
yeah,
man. Thanks for having me on.
thanks for coming on. That was some good alpha there. You post, never be afraid to post your stuff in the Discord. I'm excited to see that video. I'm sure a lot of people are excited to see that video. And if you guys watching want to do a one-on-one session with Nightshade, link down below. And we are doing a 1 week free trial of the Discord. I was hesitant on this. I know we may get some riffraff and some, people in there. Yeah, here's the screen Nightshade showing with the Aldo Academy right there.
Yep.
If you guys want to do a session with Nightshade, only $100 and free trial for the Discord. Really great community. Me, Crypto Bulldome, KMac, and Lanacor are always posting a lot of good alpha. So check that out down below, guys. Always appreciate you guys. And yeah, have a good one, guys. See you, Nightshade. Appreciate you, man.
See ya.
Bye.